Christian nationalism is here.
This week, I'm also creating the White House Faith Office, led by Pastor Paula White, who is so amazing. The mission of this task force will be to immediately halt all forms of anti-Christian targeting and discrimination within the federal government, including at the DOJ, which was absolutely terrible.
What do we do? 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 Hug my dog. Read my tarot. What are we gonna do? What's Christian nationalism? Hey, I'm a Christian. It doesn't sound that bad. Yeah, right. According to survey data, Christian nationalists agree with the idea that the federal government should consider the United States a Christian nation, therefore basing our laws off of Christian values, and that being a good Christian makes you a good American. Oh, that's great. I love the Bible. Yeah, but unfortunately, Christian nationalism also comes with harmful ideologies, including the patriarchy, homophobia, white supremacy, authoritarianism. Wait, but being gay is a sin. Oh my God, sin's not real. Okay, question. What makes you a good American? Reading the Bible. No. You can do it. Knowing that song. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that. Women died too. Okay. Upholding the concentration camp? They're trying. No, upholding the Constitution. I'm not following. Let me explain. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. It establishes the federal government, defining the powers and responsibilities of its three branches: the judicial, executive, and legislative. It defines the relationship between the federal and state governments, and it also protects the rights of its citizens. For example, the 13th Amendment abolished slavery. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for a crime whereof the party shall been duly convicted, shall exist in the U.S. or any place subject to their jurisdiction. Okay, so we kind of abolished slavery. The data shows that black men are arrested at significantly higher rates than white men, and they often receive harsher punishments in our judicial system. So, the Constitution found a loophole around the whole slavery thing. Also, it took 246 years to abolish slavery in the United States. Why the hell did it take that long? Anyway, the 19th Amendment allowed women the right to vote in 1920. Not sure why that took so long. But I digress. Okay, the Bill of Rights makes up the first 10 amendments of the Constitution, and the purpose of the Bill of Rights is to protect individual liberties while also limiting government power. What does this have to do with Christian nationalism? Being a Christian nationalist and supporting Donald Trump goes directly against the First Amendment of the Constitution. How? Amendment 1, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof.
This week, I'm also creating the White House Faith Office, led by Pastor Paula White, who is so amazing.
Or abridging the freedom of speech.
The mission of this task force will be to immediately halt all forms of anti-Christian targeting and discrimination within the federal government, including at the DOJ, which was absolutely terrible.
Or abridging the freedom of press. Or the right of the people to peacefully assemble, to petition the government for the redress of grievances.
In a White House fact sheet accompanying the executive order, Trump threatened to deport non-citizen college students and other international visitors who take part in pro-Palestinian protests. Trump said, quote, "To all the resident aliens who joined in the pro-jihadist protests, we put you on notice. Come 2025, we'll find you and we will deport you. I will also quickly cancel the student visas of all Hamas sympathizers on college campuses, which have been infested with radicalism like never before."
Christian nationalism has been on the rise for quite some time now. Trump in his first term appointed 3 Supreme Court justices, Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett, making the Supreme Court 6 versus 3 conservative majority. The Supreme Court holds a lot of power in the United States, and our current Supreme Court has made decisions in landmark court cases that loosened gun regulations, limited affirmative action, stripped millions of women of their reproductive freedoms, and allowed businesses to discriminate based on religious beliefs. And because of this, red states all around the country are enacting biblically based laws because who's gonna stop them? The Christian Supreme Court?
And because this country elected Donald Trump in 2016, we have the most extremist Supreme Court in modern history. Yesterday, the New York Times reported that Justice Samuel Alito didn't just fly an upside-down flag outside his Virginia home. He also proudly displayed a flag that has become a symbol of Christian nationalism outside his New Jersey summer home. The flag, seen here, is called the Appeal to Heaven flag, which, like the inverted U.S. flag, was carried by the rioting insurrectionists at the Capitol on January 6th. Now, some will claim it's a Revolutionary War flag, but that symbol fell out of favor and into obscurity. The flag has now been repurposed as a symbol of support for Trump. More importantly, it's a symbol of a religious sect in the Stop the Steal movement, which advocates for a modern America defined in purely Christian terms.
All right, a Christian Supreme Court is really scary, but can it get any worse?
House Speaker Mike Johnson has the same flag outside one of his offices.
I started praying more about that, and then the Lord began to wake me up through this 3-week process we're in the middle of the night, and to speak to me and to write things down, plans and procedures and ideas on how we could pull the conference together. Now, at the time, I assumed the Lord is going to choose a new Moses, and thank you, the Lord, you're going to allow me to be Aaron to Moses. And the Lord kept telling me to wait. So I waited. And then at the end, when it came to the end, the Lord said, now, step forward. Me? I'm supposed to be Aaron.
Alrighty, the third most important seat in the world. It can't get any worse than that.
As a person who was baptized for the first time just a few years ago, there is something really bizarre with Kamala Harris's anti-Christian rhetoric and anti-Christian approach to public policy.
Okay, so everybody in the government of importance are Christian nationalists. So what does that mean for you and me? Well, since Roe v. Wade was overturned in 2022, kicked back to the states, we're looking at a nationwide abortion ban, which, hey, J.D. Vance is down.
I certainly would like abortion to be illegal nationally.
The Lindsey Graham bill protects babies who are 4 weeks and older, and it provides reasonable exceptions. If you can't support legislation like that, you are making the United States the most barbaric, pro-abortion regime anywhere in the entire world.
Our next threat is overturning same-sex marriage, which is already being attempted in Idaho and has previously been attempted by Texas, Mississippi, and Alabama. We are already in a theocracy where it is mandatory to practice Christianity.
We will be issuing a memo today that every school district will adhere to, which is that every teacher, every classroom in the state will have a Bible in the classroom and will be teaching from the Bible in the classroom.
He has also said he will require the 10 Commandments in class, enforce prayer, and require religious training for teachers.
This week, I'm also creating the White House Faith Office, led by Pastor Paula White.
And Christian nationalism is already here. Trump was inaugurated on January 20th, and he's already signed so many executive orders discriminating marginalized communities. Specifically, he's attacking the transgender community, signed executive orders saying that transgender women are not allowed to participate in sports. Minors are not allowed to receive gender-affirming care. And trans people have to put their biological sex on their government IDs, which will out and cause harm to a lot of people in that community. I'm terrified and I'm exhausted. But we need to fight against Christian nationalism. And my advice, number one, take care of your mental health. Take social media breaks. It is exhausting getting constant minute-by-minute updates of a Trump administration executive orders just going after businesses, the government, marginalized communities. It's exhausting. Planes falling out of the sky. We need a break. 2, don't be afraid to speak out. Inform your family and friends about what Trump is getting up to. Tell them about the anti-trans executive orders. Tell them about the same-sex marriages getting overturned. And tell them about the real dangers of a nationwide abortion ban, which will lead to the deaths of so many women. Reach out to your communities, see if there's any way you can help. If your communities have any outreach programs that help the LGBTQIA+ community, that help women, or that help immigrants, reach out, make phone calls, make connections, see how you can help. And in the fight against Christian nationalism, I want you to remember one very important thing. All the stories in the Bible are made up.